Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Ray Starting with the Basics. Today we're going to go over restoring this hammer. Stick with me and I'll show you how it's done. Okay, so this time in order to actually restore it, what we're going to be doing is using a tool called a Dremel. I have that right here. There are new models of this that actually have a variable speed controller in it that allow you to adjust the speed of this particular machine. This one is an old school version and doesn't do that. What we're going to need is what they call two sanding discs or sanding wheels. I have this right here. This is a bigger one and a smaller one. And of course I'm going to need my protection, so I have my hearing protection and my eye protection, especially for this because there's going to be sparks involved. On top of that, at the end, in order for us to go ahead and seal it back up so we don't have any more corrosion, we'll go ahead and hit it with some of this paint right here. And I'll show you how I keep that tip clean so that way I can still hit a hammer, use the hammer to actually hit a nail or something like that, and not take this paint off in that process. Okay, so what I did is I just put the hammer into the vise right here. Now let's go ahead and get the actual attachment set up. I'm going to use the big wheel first. This Dremel actually turns and it's got a key right here. You hold this button and as you turn it, the key will depress like what it did. That allows you to unlock and lock the collar. They also make a wrench on here so you can actually tighten it down further. So you loosen it to the left. This collar is adjustable. You go ahead and tighten that down here. Alright. Now let's turn this on. I'm going to point it away from me in case it shoots away. That part's good to go. Now let's get our hearing and eye protection on and get to restoring this bad boy. As you're doing this, you want to make sure that you pay attention to the sparks and don't have anything that's actually going to catch on fire. You need to keep an eye on that or clear your garage or work area so that doesn't happen. Let's get it done. Next we rotate the piece over, set it back in and continue. Alright, so we've done almost one whole side, but I got a safety tip for you. So, right here, there's an adjustable piece that will actually hold the sanding block or another cutting wheel or something onto here. It's actually got a screwdriver that you loosen it and tighten it, and it holds it in place. That's coming loose on me, so as you can see on this one here, how I have that one set up versus this one here. Make sure you can see both of those. Alright, so let's get that loosened up and tightened up. There you can see it moving forward. Tighten this back down until that doesn't move anymore. Alright, let's put our safety stuff on and continue. Alright, so as you can see, we've actually went ahead and addressed pretty much all of that corrosion. Okay, so now that we got the corrosion off, it took a little time to get my spray talent back down again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I actually protect the tip right here. And we use some tape. Let's grab some duct tape out of the shop here. Normally I don't use duct tape, but painter's tape or something like that, some scotch tape, any of that'll work. I'm just going to stick this right to the front. Give this a good press on here. Then I come back with my sharp knife and trim it off. Alright, so we got our sharp knife out. Just kind of walk the hammer around and walk the knife around as you do it. Okay. Alright, so now that we have our tape that's applied to the front, we go ahead and coat it. This particular one is paint and primer together. It's kind of like a Rust-Oleum. Helps protect together. So just hold it, usually about 6 inches away, and just give it a quick squirt. Alright, anywhere that you have paint that you don't want paint, just take a rag, usually with a little bit of water or some mineral spirits. If you use mineral spirits, use gloves. And just wipe it right on off. Then, if you do all the sides at once, you need to put it in something so it can't contact anything else while the paint dries. You can also take it if you think you have too much on there or not enough, just kind of wipe it around a little bit. Alright, so once you get that done, just go ahead and set it in something. If you're going to do all the sides at one time, so hang on to it. That way it has a chance to dry without actually sitting on something and getting something else with that paint. Usually I would do one side, stop, flip, do another side, stop, flip, do another side, until all the sides of whatever I was working on were done. Also, another tip or trick, if you don't want to get any paint on this, just use some masking tape or some blue painter's tape or some frog tape, something like that. Some scotch tape might work, might not, but definitely the masking tape, the blue painter's tape, and a frog tape will work for you. Alright, well, that's going to do it for this episode, Ray Starting with the Basics. If you liked what we did here, go ahead and hit that like button down below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, and go ahead and leave me some comments. We're going to have some more automotive stuff coming up next, and stay tuned. Bye-bye.